As always, on a summertime day, we have a storm chance. It's just a little bit higher than what we've dealt with the previous few days, but no worries. We're nice and clear this morning and, of course, very warm and humid. We're in the 70s in downtown Greenville. It's 76, 73 in Spartanburg, Gaffney 72. The same for Anderson and Abbeville as well. Hartwell, Georgia 73. We're still hanging on to 70 in Rutherfordton. Most of western North Carolina, though, sitting in the 60s. Dew point temperature, like to see this number in the mid 60s and upper 60s versus the lower 70s that we're seeing for just a few of you, because once we start to see that number get up closer to 70 degrees, of course, it continues to feel oppressive. And unfortunately speaking, we're going to continue to feel almost at that oppressive level for much of the day today. 94 degrees, the afternoon high in a good portion of the upstate on average. Greenville, Spartanburg, Lawrence, and Union. Western upstate northeast Georgia likely to see a little bit of a hotter afternoon. Elberton 97. Anderson 95, Greenwood 95 as well. Mid to upper 80s for western North Carolina, and we do have that shower and thunderstorm chance to deal with a little later on today. Satellite and radar this morning nice and clear. Now we are watching a few showers on the north side of the Charlotte metro area. Those are moving east, and we're left with a dry picture here, but we're going to continue to see sort of an active setup later on today. As we look at Futurecast across the region, we're going to see showers and storms form up in the mountains. Notice how there's a little bit of a minimum right in the upstate, and then we have an active sea breeze front that's going to slowly work inland. You can see that push of showers and storms toward the Midlands around 7 p.m. this evening, and then a little bit more of a push toward the upstate by 10 p.m. The good news is that we're running out of daytime heating, of course, by 10 o'clock this evening, so the best chance I'm expecting today of widespread storms down toward the coast in the Midlands. But of course, we do have that chance of a few showers and storms sneaking into the upstate. We're looking at about a 30% chance of that activity around 8 and 9 p.m. this evening, fading to very little activity toward 10 o'clock. Very mild and humid temperature in large part stays in the 80s as we get toward 9 o'clock. It's a 7 on today's Carolina Sky Meter since we do have that higher storm chance. Into tomorrow, though, it becomes a bit more widespread and could last into tomorrow evening as well. So kind of breaking it down for you. Storms are still possible today, but a little more likely than yesterday. Everywhere gets a likely chance of storms on both Friday and Saturday of this weekend. And with most summertime storms, usually speaking, we're looking at some brief gusty wind, a lot of heavy rain, and some dangerous lightning. But in terms of a major severe weather threat, that's unlikely to happen. Next week, we get a little bit of an increase again Monday in a few storm chances after a slight break on Sunday. And then we're looking ahead to some drier weather by Wednesday as highs return toward 92 degrees. It's now time for your riding forecast. Sponsored by Harley-Davidson of Greenville, looking again at 89 degrees on Saturday, so a slight break in the major heat, but storms stay possible, if not likely. And then on Sunday, back in the 90s, a 30% chance of storms. Mid-80s in the mountains, scattered storms likely both days.